tired. Tired is the only way, like, I can describe, like, how I'm feeling. How can one woman go through so much in such a short amount of time? It's literally been like one thing after another. And now I've made myself like really ill. I've never felt like this, but I really just feel like I'm just on my own and I don't even know who I am anymore. It's like, Georgina. All I know is like me and mum. I'm so burnt out. I'm so tired. And I've just got nobody to like talk to or express how I feel. But I wanted to like document this because I know I will be in like a better place soon. And I know there's going to be people that will experience this as well. Like, none of your friends check in on you. Only when it takes something really bad to happen, that's when they check in on you. And it's almost like I have so many social media mums, and like not even mums, just like social media women contact me and are more there for me than ever. And it's like, is that even supposed to be right? When you're doing something for others and you're giving them what they want, they're there for you. But when you're not, no one's to be seen. And just so happens I'm at my like absolute breaking point, like no one's to be seen. And I'm really struggling. I am really, really struggling right now. So I wasn't too sure on how to start the next part of this video. But I'm going to keep it short, straight to the point and sweet. And hopefully I get everything in that I want to say about what happened, why I felt ill, just to make it a little bit more of an understanding. Today, for the first time in 3 days, I've got myself up. I've washed, done my hair, I put makeup on, I've got dressed. I'm just sitting next to the radiator with a blanket because I'm feeling really cold today. But yeah, let's get stuck straight into what happened. So Tuesday morning, I woke up about 6:30 with Elijah. He wanted to watch Christmas videos and then he wanted to watch Halloween videos. He is a super seasonal baby. And I felt absolutely fine. The hours were going by, got to 8 o'clock. It was still absolutely fine. All I had was a cup of tea. It got to about 9 o'clock and I started getting heart palpitations and I thought, oh, that's a bit off, like what's wrong? I've only had a small cup of tea. Normally I don't get heart palpitations when I do have a cup of tea. And I started to feel a bit clammy, but I thought nothing of it. I then walked into the kitchen to make myself some toast. Elijah wanted to go and lay down in our bedroom with Reese because Reese had just got back from work. He does like early clients. And I suddenly had this horrible feeling come over me that I was either going to have a panic attack or I was going to pass out. And I remember leaving the toast, watching the toast pop out of the toaster, walking into the bedroom, and I said, Reese, because he was asleep. And I said, babe, I'm either going to have an anxiety attack or I'm literally going to pass out. Next thing I knew, I was like, Reese, I'm going to go. And I completely blacked out. I remember blacking out and laying on the side. However, when I woke up, I was flat on my back. And during that process of me being completely knocked out, I was completely like unconscious. Like I just was not there. I don't remember anything. I don't remember passing out. All I remember hearing is voices around me, like light, soft voices. And when I opened my eyes, Reese was like right in my face, like trying to talk to me to bring me back. Bless him. I've never scared him so much in all my life. Apart from Sunday mornings when I wake up looking like a stickleback. But I remember saying to him what happened,
and honestly, like, my head was spinning, and I couldn't really hear. I could hear him, but I couldn't really hear, and all I was hearing was like a beep noise, and it was like beep, and I was trying to register what happened. He told me that I completely blacked out, and when I come around, I was absolutely dripping with sweat. Underneath my boobs were like leaking water. My armpits were dripping wet. My head was absolutely glistening. It was awful. So Reese managed to pick me up and take me out from the bedroom into the front room, because it's an open space. It's much brighter in here. And they opened all the windows and the back door for me. At this point, my sister was already on her way over to see Elijah early in the morning. And she literally just got here, and she went, "Oh my God, you look an awful colour." He made me a glass of water, and then he was making some breakfast. He was making like poached eggs on toast, and I completely couldn't eat it, couldn't even touch it. And I was laying there and I just didn't feel right. I just really did not feel like me. So I called 111, and literally within seconds of being on that phone, they advised me to go to the hospital within the hour. I get up, I get dressed, and I'm starting to feel better, and I'm like, oh, maybe I don't need to go, but my gut was telling me to go. So I've gone, and we've got there, and the wait time was like 3 hours and 59 minutes, and I was just like, oh my God, like, there's no way I can sit in this. I booked in, walked around to A&E, and my name was called straight away. Everyone's huffing and puffing at me because I've literally just walked in. It was a nurse, and she was asking me, did I have any belly pains? And I said no, because at this point I had nothing. I just felt unwell, no belly pains, which was a very good sign. She said, in that case, you don't need to go to the pregnancy unit, we can keep you down here. And then a part of me was like, oh, I should have said, you know, so I got checked sooner. However, from me literally going in, waiting here into the room, my nurse called me, and I went straight in. She checked me over, and that's when she said that my blood pressure was low. She was like, how are you even alive? Like, it was that low. So that obviously explained why I was passing out. There was no oxygen or blood pumping to my head. There was just nothing there. They checked my temperature. My temperature was weird. My, what else did they check? They checked loads of things in that room. And they wheeled me straight through to Majors in A&E department, because I had to be checked straight away by a doctor. Anyway, they put me in on the side. They've not put me in a ward as such, and this nurse comes around and she takes my blood. I'm absolutely fine having my bloods done. Doesn't bother me. All I hate is the burny bit when the needle goes in. It's just, oh, it's horrible. But it's absolutely fine. 15 to 20 minutes after having my bloods done, I started getting that feeling come over me again. I'm feeling really clammy and hot. And I looked at Reese, and he said, you're going to pass out again, aren't you? He just knew. And I said, yeah, I feel like I'm going to pass out. And I said, keep talking to me, keep talking to me. And this time I was adamant I was not going to pass out, and I was going to fight it. I was like, whatever this is, like, you are not taking me today, mate. You are not having me. It's not my time. And I know I was thinking the worst, but at that moment in time, guys, I was feeling so unwell, like, and it makes sense because I was unwell. So literally I said, Reese, talk to me, don't let me go, don't let me go, don't let me go. I've completely gone. I've passed out again in the hospital. He's caught me because I'm sitting on a chair, and I've completely like hunched over, and then he fallen on my face. Apparently at this point, I don't remember anything after this, but he was saying to me that he was like, nurse, hello, nurse. Like, he was trying to get like attention over to me, because obviously I'm pregnant. I've just passed out, I've just had my bloods done, and I'm completely like non-responsive, like I'm just not there. And he was like, it was almost like knocking on the window and like no one being in. He was like, you just wasn't there. And when I sat up, I remember seeing two nurses in front of me, a wheelchair. Reese was as white as a ghost, and I know that's impossible because he's black, but he just was like, what is going on with this girl? It was really scary. However, this time when I came round, I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't speak, and for me that was a turning point. And I thought, what is wrong with me? I was thinking, did I have a stroke? I was thinking, am I going to be able to talk again? I couldn't get my words out. There was nothing coming. And I remember the doctor saying to me, like, it's okay. I was like, I couldn't speak. I was trying to say I couldn't hear them. I couldn't hear anything. All I heard was like mumble. and it was really, really, really scary. Anyway, this big man come over and picked me up and put me on a wheelchair, and they wheeled me straight over into a side room. They checked my blood pressure again, and it was so low, like it was scary low. They've checked a ECG on me. I was absolutely like just out of it, like just my eyes were rolling and everything. They never said like what the results were for that, but I'm gathering that that was okay. Made me do a urine test that was clear, and then one of my bloods came back and it said that I had white cells fled. So this means that there is some sort of infection in my body, but they just had to find it. Now they sent me for an x-ray because they said that I could have some blood clots like lying around in my body somewhere. They wanted to rule it out. That really scared me because they usually do like a CAT scan for that, but being pregnant you can't have a scan. You can't have any sort of like scan that has like what's it, like radiology or whatever it is, like radiating, so you can't kind of like have anything like that. I was lucky to have the x-ray because they completely block out the stomach area. The test results come back and that was all clear. It was just my bloods that were flaring with the white cells. At this point I've passed out again. Reese has gone to go and get me some water, juice and a snack to try and nibble on it. I couldn't eat the sandwich. I managed to get down a Kit Kat and a Ribena. I just couldn't eat or drink a lot. I was really, really going to the toilet in there, like constant peeing. And this is when the doctor came in and she said, there is an infection in your body, but we don't know how to treat it because we don't know where the infection is. And obviously it's so difficult because I wasn't showing any signs of headache, a cough or bellyache. I didn't have anything like this, but this was so reassuring. And the whole time baby was kicking, but suddenly baby just stopped. And obviously I know what that feels like, to feel pregnant and then not feel pregnant. I was panicking, I was thinking the worst. And they come back in and they said, Georgina, what we're going to do is, we don't think there's anything we can do down here in A&E for you. We're going to send you back up to maternity unit assessment to be assessed, just so that they can dive in deeper, look at baby, hear baby, and see if anything does pop up on the screen or monitor. And I was like, perfect, that's absolutely fine. At this point Reese went home to Elijah and my sister swapped and she come up to the hospital with me. So lucky to have a partner and a sister like I have, like it's just amazing. So they send me upstairs and I was there for hours. Oh my goodness, I was absolutely there for hours. I was crying. At this point I just felt completely worn out, completely lost, completely run down, and I just didn't know what else to do. And I said this to the midwife and I said, like, I'm not going to randomly pass out and my blood pressure is randomly not going to be low like it is. And that's when she said, Georgina, I've never seen a pregnant woman's blood pressure like this low. Usually we see it really high, but she was like, yours is really low. She was like, have you got things going on at home? Like, she was trying to kind of like go with that. And I said, well, to be honest with you, we've had like one thing after another. I said, we've lost my mother-in-law. We've had to plan the funeral. We've had to get that done. There's so much that's been kind of going on as well. Like, I'm pregnant. I'm a mother to a crazy 2-year-old. I am just so stressed out with everything. I said, I feel lost. I don't know who I am as Georgina. And at this point I was just rambling onto her and she was like, okay, I get it. They also checked through all my like notes again, and she basically come back in and said, I do want to keep you in. And I was like, no, like, I just want to go home. I just want to know what's wrong with me and I just want to go home. I want to be in my own bed. I said, because you guys are only going to send me home tomorrow, like there's no point. So she went back out and she told me to stay in the room. I didn't stay in the room. I snuck out because I wanted to hear what they were saying. And she basically was telling the 3 other midwives in the room like what has been going on, what's happening. They didn't want to give me antibiotics for an infection that they didn't know how to treat because they didn't know where it was in my body. But they called it something, and I'll just put the name here now. And if you can pronounce that name, then well done. If you can't, you're like me. I cannot pronounce what it is. But this is what they basically diagnosed me with. So what this actually is, it basically means that the heart's not pumping enough blood to the brain to get oxygen to it, and it causes you to pass out within a few seconds, or it could be a few minutes, or you could be passing out every couple of seconds or every couple of minutes, and this is all down to lack of sleep. This could be stress, breakdown. There is so much. It could be dehydration. There is so much that comes along with this, and it just made absolute perfect sense. So I'm still under the hospital. They are trying to see if I do have an infection in my body, so I do need to go and have bloods done. I do need to have regular outpatient checks on my heart to make sure my heart is okay, because obviously that's related to not getting the blood flowing to my head for that oxygen, and making sure that my heart is obviously beating at its normal pace that it should be beating. Obviously being pregnant, but your heart runs the whole body, doesn't it? So I have to go and have regular heart checks for that. But yeah, it's just a case of finding out what the infection is, but also getting enough rest. I do so much, and all I seem to do is always be there for others, and I'm never there for myself. And Reese always tells me off for this, and I can't help it because it's just the person who I am. But having what happened to me, or us, the family, the other day, was super scary, because when I passed out, I can't explain it. It was really scary. Like, I passed out not once, but like 2 or 3 times, and it's just not ideal when you're a young mum. I'm 26, I'm a mama to be again, and I've just taken on so much stress, and I just want to be comfortable, safe, happy, and not be stressing and worrying anymore. And I just think that it is super important for me now over the next couple of months to just put myself first, F everybody else, and be there for me, because it was really scary at the end of the day. And the only one that was there for me was obviously my family and Reese, and I need to remember that I need to be there for them as well. So I need to make sure that I am healthy, and I am getting enough sleep, and I am eating well, and I am drinking enough water, because I've been absolutely slacking with that and just forgetting about that. So like I said, I'm still under the doctors currently, or the hospital should I say. The midwives are keeping a stronger eye on me with my heart, and making sure the passing out stops. How am I feeling now? I'm still not 100%. I still feel very weak and I'm very shaky. I spent the last 2 days in bed just resting. Reese has completely been like by my side. He's been leaving me to sleep in. He's been bringing me food like water, making sure I'm okay. And I just feel so blessed. I don't want to get upset, but I just feel so blessed to have him. Like, after everything that we've gone through, like as a couple, I just feel so blessed to have him treat me like royalty. And I know that sounds stupid, but I'd be absolutely lost without him. But yeah, I'm still not 100%. I'm still wobbly on my feet. I'm still not sure with who I am, where I'm going, how I'm feeling. So I do need to kind of put that into perspective now, and start putting me and my family first, and getting myself a lot healthier and better, and stop stressing out over small things if you're not doing something for somebody else. And like, sod it. Like, health is so important, and if you are somebody who is watching this video and you can relate to that, then please listen. I need to take my own advice and start putting you first, because your health is important, rather than, you know, pleasing other people at the end of the day. So yeah, I've documented this because I wanted to, like, I know I'm going to be in a better place soon, and I've documented it because I know I will be able to help some other people who will or have gone through something similar, or is going through something like this at the end of the day, because it is really tough. And one thing for me, growing up, I should have understood that stress can make you ill, because I watched stress nearly kill my mum growing up. So I do need to start understanding that stress is serious, and it's not worth stressing over, because it will seriously make you ill. I'm also having to make sure as well that I sit down and I'm getting rest, because I still feel like I'm going to collapse, which is really scary, and it's a horrible feeling as well. but yeah, I'm gonna see what happens. I'm pleased I've documented this. This is also another reason why I've not been active on my socials over the last couple of days, but I just wanted to get it out there, and yeah, just wanted to get it out there, and I just hope that I'm starting to feel a lot better soon. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. You know me, I'm very raw, straight to the point. I do like to share. If I can help anyway, you know, anyone in any way, then that is what I'm here to do. But thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys all soon, happy, positive, and a lot better.